If you are anything like Kelly and I, then you are someone who after the new year kind of gets a little bit bit by that organizational bug. So Kelly and I, we have been organizing all of our closets and all of our clothes, and of course we came up with the idea that we were going to do another great video for you guys to help you to quickly and easily be able to get your clothes in order. We definitely did a video last year that you guys enjoyed, but this one are tips to specifically do it in a cinch and in a flash.
Yeah, it's definitely not something that I love doing, but man, once you are done, it feels so good to be so organized and look at that beautiful closet. So if you guys are new to our channel, welcome. I'm Kelly. This is my best friend, Christina. We make videos all about fashion. We do tips and tricks and hacks and hauls and all kinds of good stuff, and we would love to have you back. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on anything new.
The first tip that we have for quickly being able to organize your closets and all of your clothes is to make sure that you are decluttering at least twice a year. So if you are someone who waits maybe every 3 to 4 years to actually go through your closets, you really are creating an overwhelming and daunting project to take on, and this can really just cause you to procrastinate. However, if you were doing it twice a year, you really are creating just a great habit that will make you more effective and efficient at really going through your clothing. It'll also help your closets to maintain a very streamlined look, because instead of taking a look at one article of clothing and having to make a decision every 3 to 4 years on whether you want to keep it, you're actually revisiting that piece a couple of times a year, and you'll be less prone to keep things that you really don't need.
So the next tip we have for you is to declutter and sort your easy categories first. So this is a great way to kind of warm up to this process of organizing your closet so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and you can accomplish these quick and easy tasks and start working through your closet quickly. So that's organizing things like maybe a basket with some belts in it. Maybe that is your bra and panty drawer. Those are things that you don't typically have a lot of emotional attachment to. They're things that you can easily see these need to be replaced. I'm just going to get rid of them. And it's a quick way to feel like you're really accomplishing something and not getting stuck on one of the more difficult tasks. So you're able to knock that one out easy. So for me, I begin with my belt basket first, then I move on to bras and panties, and then things like PJs, which are very simple. So I start with those drawers, knock those out, and then I'm ready to tackle the more difficult tasks.
Now that you have gone through all of your items that are in baskets and on shelves, in maybe some storage bins or even your drawers, you want to then move next into your closet. So the best way to do this is to actually remove everything from your closet and kind of set them on your bed in categories. So for us, that would be maybe a section for your camisoles, then your short sleeves, tees would go into another section. You would have maybe your blouses, skirts, dresses, blazers, so on and so forth. And this is because it'll allow you to really be able to take a quick inventory of things that you need and be able to see what do you have an overabundance of. So for example, we live here in Florida. Obviously, we don't need a lot of jackets, but by doing this, you'd quickly be able to see, wow, I have way more jackets than I really need. And this is a section I'll need to focus on when I'm paring down my closet. It'll also help you when you're taking all of your clothes and putting them back in the closet by keeping them in categories. That will also help you to get ready much faster in the morning.
Okay, so now we're going to get started on actually sorting through these items. We have them in their categories. Now we have to figure out how we're going to decide what to keep and what to give away. So the best way to do that is just by quickly looking at that pile of items and identifying what you absolutely love, what really speaks to you, what are the things that you are always reaching for, and immediately separate those out into your love pile, because you don't even have to think about those items. You know that you are not going to give them away. And then you're going to quickly identify those items that you hate. That could be that they are worn or broken, or you just really dislike the look of them. You haven't worn them in a long time, and you can very quickly decide, I do not want that anymore. That is going in my hate pile. And after you sort those two different categories, you're going to be left with a pile of clothing that maybe doesn't fit into either one of those, but you've eliminated so many that you have to sort through. And then you can start getting down down to the nitty gritty and really filtering out what is going to stay and what is going to be donated.
Okay, now that you have got this pile of clothes left on your bed, and they're neither in the love or the hate category, what you want to do next is kind of take a look at some of these items and see quickly, do I have any duplicates here? For myself, I found that I had about 4 or 5 black t-shirts, so I really had to decide, okay, which 1 or 2 am I going to keep? The next thing you can also take a look at is, when was the last time I wore this item of clothing? Was it, last year during spring and summer? Am I looking forward to wearing it again? If you are, definitely you can keep that. And if not, then that is something that you can also discard. Lastly, you'll want to take a look and determine whether they still fit. So some of these clothing you'll just want to try on, give them a little bit of a test. And if something is either too small or too large, then that can be something that will really help you to determine whether you want to keep it or whether you want to donate it.
Now that you have gone through your drawers, your baskets, you've gone through those love and hate piles and decided what you want to keep and what you want to donate and what needs to go straight to the garbage, now you're going to do the hardest part of all, which is sorting through your treasured items. So the reason you want to save this task for last is because it's going to be a more difficult task. It's the one that you're going to have more emotional investment in, and you don't want to become frustrated by choosing to do this at the beginning. So it's best to save this task for last. And when we talk about your treasured items, we're talking about those things that maybe you purchased for a special event in your life and you have some emotional attachment to them, or it could be something that was very expensive, maybe something that was given to you as a gift. So this is something that is going to take more thought, and you're really going to want to spend some time on this. For me, I love to collect handbags. So when I'm filtering through my handbags, I'm thinking about, are there some handbags that maybe it's time to let go of? Maybe I don't really use these anymore, and I hate to see them just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. So this is also something where you may be able to sell those items to a website such as Fashionphile. I've also used Poshmark. So you may even be able to recoup some of those expenses that you spent on those items rather than just having them sit there and not get used. So this is a really important part of cleaning out your closet, becoming organized, and it's also the hard one, so you definitely want to save this one for last.
Okay, ladies, so get busy because your closets are waiting to be organized, and we will see you next time.